on, everybody? You know who it is. This is Austin, and this is the Austin Smith Real Estate Podcast, where we talk about real estate and we talk about lifestyle. Today's show, I want to talk about investing out of state. And the main reason why I wanted to talk about this particular concept is because for newbies or people that are just slowly getting started building up their rental portfolio, such as myself, as far as cash, hard liquid cash, it may be harder for you to raise 60, 70, 80, 90, 100K versus 15, 20, 25, 30K. And, the point that I'm trying to make here is it might be easier for you to find three people with $10,000 each for 30K than it is for you to try to raise 60, 70, or 80K to try to do a deal, in that particular market that requires capital such as, that particular amount. And, investing out of state gives you that opportunity to start exploring markets where your all-in costs and the money that you're investing might be a lot cheaper and therefore a lot more risk manageable and a lot more easier to raise the funds in order to complete that deal. And, the opportunities are out there. The biggest thing is, Austin, I can't get, I don't want to invest in properties that I can't see or I can't see inside or, I can't be there to manage it. And, it's 2019. That's foolish. Managing, as far as that, once the tenants are in there, who needs to go there? A contractor? Okay, if a contractor needs to go there, there can be a lockbox on the property. And you just have cameras. But, that's another story. That's after you actually close the deal. But I want to talk about, identifying markets to invest in. And the interesting part is I just got back from Philadelphia and Delaware County, and the margins are actually pretty friendly out there. And, the same deal that it'll take you to get into a deal in, say, Newark, New Jersey or East Orange, New Jersey or, somewhere out in Jersey City or, Hudson County. The same amount of money that can get you into a deal in these hot areas, these real hot areas, you might be able to get into 2 or 3 of these deals in some other areas. And, like I mentioned, just focus on the numbers. Don't worry about having to be there just yet. Don't worry about, the fear of needing to see the property. We're going to discuss some ways that you can kind of build around that. But most importantly, just identifying, where you want to be financially. It's just taking the assessment of, okay, I have this amount of money in my pocket. I've reached out to this partner and this partner. They say that they're on board. We now have funds. Based off of these funds, what can we get into? And that'll let you know how your entire search is going to go. So, identifying places, to invest. The easiest way, and this is for it's a fundamental aspect, but the easiest way to pick locations to invest in are obviously the main cities. But considering the fact that, the main cities around the United States, the main cities are probably going to most likely, matter of fact, indefinitely, are going to be extremely expensive. Anywhere there is a main city, the outskirts of that city will start to receive the attention of investors. And it just spreads just like that. So a great, very easy way to identify where to invest your money or where's going to be a great market, look at a main city and look at the outskirts. Unfortunately, with the process of gentrification, you can be sure that any states or any cities, I should say, that have been gentrified, those areas and those surrounding areas are most likely to feel the wave of, the values rising and the opportunities that are out there. So don't think about it too much. The cool part about it is that if you and make fun with it. If you feel like this particular area is going to be interesting to invest in and you've done a little preliminary research, go out and visit it. Take the whole day, drive the streets, talk to the people. Is what you think about the city the same as, what they're experiencing? And get familiar with it. You don't have to be there every day, but even if you take once a quarter just to drive by or to fly down just to get an idea of how that area is, so be it. From then on, your real estate agent is going to take care of that for you. He's going to be your eyes and ears on the actual turf. He's going to be there. So don't worry about having to see everything. Just get a general feel. Just get a vibe. And then wherever you're from, your home state, your home city, when you're going to these other locations, compare the two as if you were analyzing a deal back in your home state. So, for example, if your home state, you're like, you know what, I know this city is good, this city is good, this city is good. City A, B, and C. When you're going on your venture or when you're just checking out other neighborhoods, you're able to relate the two and say, you know what, in the new area that I'm looking at, this city reminds me of City B. This reminds me of City A. And that way, that can give you an idea of what the areas are like when you're not around. And you can just use your own analysis and your own comparisons to be able to get an idea of how a town is without being there 24/7. So that is the easiest way to find locations to invest in. And, don't overthink it. If you want to start close, start close. For the people that are in New Jersey, you might want to start in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I hear is another, emerging market. Parts of Pennsylvania, I'm talking about out west, not so much Philly, but certain areas in Pennsylvania, Delaware, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, 6 hours away. You have some options. I don't think New York might not be the best starting ground for a lot of New Jersey investors. But wherever you are in the state, check out other areas that are either close to you as far as vicinity. And when I say close, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours away. And see what the opportunities are. So pick a selection, pick a destination. If you have to talk to people about it, we live in a world where there's social media. You can literally find anybody in the territory that you are at or want to be in and strike up conversation, and nobody will think it's weird. So check that out, identifying, where to invest. And then as you have your money situation sorted out, whether you're going to be using hard money, cash, commercial, conventional, FHA, whatever the cash plan is, you now know where you can invest that cash to make things a little bit easier for you. So as far as your team, and I'm kind of finding this out on the way myself, but your team, when it comes down to investing out of state, the most important people are going to be your deal finders, people that bring you deals, whether that's wholesalers, a real estate agent, an attorney, maybe you have family down there that's keeping their eyes and ears on the market for someone that's looking to sell their distressed property. Maybe you send out a marketing campaign in your new area to try to find new sellers to purchase from. But either way, you have to develop the deal finder. However, your source of leads, however that's going to be, doesn't matter. You have your agent who's going to help you, because a wholesaler might come to you and they're like, hey, I have this awesome deal. It costs, I'll give you the figures of the deal me and my partner are analyzing now. It's a property in Philly. There's two properties actually, but we'll talk about one of them. Purchase price is 120. It needs about 70K, 75K worth of work. We're going to be getting some estimates. So we're hoping to get it around the 75K mark. And then the ARV is at 260. So all in about 190, 195. And, there'll be, 60 to 70% gross profit margin. But then when it all settles, hopefully, we can get around the 40K mark as far as net profit. 40, 45K as far as net profit. And our wholesaler, Deal Finder, bought this property to us. He showed us the comps. The comps are pretty spot on. But at the same time, I just can't take their word for it. We wouldn't just take, that wholesaler's word for it. We double that back with the agent, and you pick a top producing agent. Don't pick a referral, a family. I don't want to say a family friend, but if they have to have that pedigree. They have to be really good at what they do, and the only reason why is because one, their reputation relies on that. So if you're searching online, find the people that have a lot of reviews. Find the people that are number one in their office. Find the people that are really doing it, because when you bring this deal to them, they're going to have the experience to let you know whether it is a good deal or if it's not. What you need to do in order to what type of renovations do you need to do in order to get the after repair value that you're looking for. Hey, based off of this is how long properties stay on the market. Based off of this is, you're going to have an easy selling process. You're going to have a tougher sell process. And then you give that agent the listing, after you've completed the renovation, if you're flipping, obviously. But you want to have somebody, and there are more than enough agents that are willing to help. And, bringing information and deals over to them, they'll give you your honest opinion. They'll give you the honest opinion. And, you'll be able to use that in your analysis. The other, if you want to shoot that over, even if you're meeting with or just learning about investors that are in the area who are true heavy hitters, and you can find them all online. They're not hard to find at all. Facebook, social media, like you'll be able to find who's a heavy hitter in that particular city, and bounce the idea off of them. Hey, what does this look like to you? There's more than enough people that are willing to help. And once you identify somebody, they become part of your team. And then that's that. The contractor, obviously you're going to have to vet. But if you find people that are doing more than enough deals in the area, the chances are their experience is going to be more than enough to know what contractors to deal with and, what they need to do to get the property ready, finished, ASAP. As far as your holding time. So and that's assuming you already have your lender in place, which is going to be on your team. And then you can use your attorney. You can use your attorney, or you might want to use an attorney that's down in the particular areas that you want to invest in. But that's your team, in a nutshell. In a nutshell, you might choose to bring on a property manager, cool. But with your own due diligence, from the wholesaler, yourself, a top producing agent, other investors that are experienced, you'll be able to make the informed decision, considering the fact that, these real estate professionals kind of all work in tandem to get the deal done and to make money for everybody. So, don't discount the fact. Definitely think about it. There are more than enough opportunities that are out there, and sometimes where you're looking might be a little bit too expensive, or you might be able to make your money more efficient by investing in other places, preferably places that are cheaper. And your main goal is just to start to make the connections. You don't have to do everything now, but you slowly start to make the connections for wherever you are, choosing to go. And as you make these connections, as you visit the areas, you don't have, like I said, you don't have to be there all the time. As you visit these areas, you'll be more than, you'll start to get more than comfortable to be able to pull triggers, to pull the trigger if a deal does come your way. And, as you start to make these connections, I gave this actionable step in one of the other episodes, but 5 contacts a day. When you wake up throughout the day, reach out to 5 people a day, 5 investors or wholesalers a day. On Facebook, Instagram, websites, forums, biggerpockets.com is an excellent website to network with investors. 5 contacts a day. Reach out to 5 people a day and let them know that you're looking to buy property in a particular area. That's all you have to do. It's also easy not to do. So I guarantee you that most people are going to listen to this and they're not going to do anything. But understand that just 5 contacts a day doesn't seem like a lot, but it's the overtime, it's time that amplifies the 5 contacts a day. Next thing you know, it's 25. Next thing you know, it's 50. Next thing you know, it's 225. And what would happen if you had 200 conversations with investors in a particular area about what you need to do in order to purchase property in those areas? What would happen? The logic behind this, would say, well, that would be life-changing. I'm pretty sure that in 200 conversations, you should be able to either land a deal or start receiving enough property leads that eventually you do make your next deal. Because as people know what you do, they're going to start sending deals your way. You're going to start getting access to, wholesalers, access to foreclosures, access to, off-market listings, whatever agents who are, before they put their property up for sale, before they list it for sale on the MLS, they might bring it to you first. Hey, what do you think about this? For me, my goal in New Jersey is to be the number one multifamily agent, to the point where agents are now bringing me deals before they list them for sale on the MLS, because they know that I'm going to buy it myself or that I have a buyer that will buy. So, yeah, I mean, just 5 contacts a day to get started. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. There's a lot of people that do this part-time, and you just got to line your ducks up in a row, and a lot of people, and let me make this extremely clear for the record. I myself, I am a long way from where I want to be, but I know, what got me moving in the right direction was when I just started pushing buttons. Like, the more that you push buttons, the more that you put yourself out there, the more that you put that message out there that this is what I do, the more the universe, the more God will be able to send those circumstances, events, or people into your life to help manifest exactly what you had in your head as you persisted on that idea. So 5 contacts a day. And I challenge you, if you if you do 5 contacts a day, and at the end of the month you let me know that you actually did your 5 contacts a day, I don't know, I might give you something. I might give you a prize or something. And I want like detailed records. Like I want to know who you called, what you two, which, whether you called them, whether you hit them up on social media, what did you talk about, what was the result, what happened. And I guarantee you, things will start to change as far as you landing your first deal or you landing your next deal. And your job from then on in is to let people know day in and day out what you do. From there, you'll be able to put the pieces together slowly but surely. Slowly put the pieces together to help build exactly what you're looking to build, even if you have to do that outside of your backyard or outside of your comfort market. You might have to choose a new market. And the key might open for you, the door might open for you a lot easier than what it has in the past. All right, so let that be a challenge. That's a challenge to you. That's a challenge to myself. And once you get good at that, once that becomes a habit, then you bump it up to 10. Then you bump it up to 20. Then you bump it up to 30. Let people know what you do. So this is a testament to myself as well as we continue on the grind and continue to put ourselves in the best limelight to close these deals and continue to pull in, this generational wealth and, money that allows us to do whatever we want. And be able to travel, work from wherever, options. It's all about options and being able to control your destiny and your freedom. And, that's one of the reasons why we do this. And, amongst the other reasons, helping people, putting deals together, feeding people, creating more value for cities, providing homeowners with brand new renovated properties, providing tenants with awesome rentals. That's what we do as investors. We add value. We find opportunities where there is no value and we create value. And we create our life, our lifestyle, and our income based on that created value. So, this is Austin Smith of the Austin Smith Real Estate Podcast. Signing off. Let's get to work. Let's do what we got to do.